Hi everybody. So today we're going to make a foldable that corresponds with Chapter 3, Section 3 in our journal. And so what you're going to need for this is paper, which you see should be on your desktop in front of you. You're going to need some cutouts, and we'll get to those here in just a second. You're going to need a pencil, probably with an eraser, especially unless you are not going to make any mistakes. And you're going to need a red pen or pencil, some kind of a highlighter. And then you're going to need a red colored pencil, a white colored pencil. We don't use that very often, but yeah, pink. And then we're going to need black, and we're going to need white again. And we're going to need brown and maybe even gray if you have it. That would be good. And maybe a light colored tan color would be great as well. So let's get started. So this is going to be a four tab foldable. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut it, fold this in half, hot dog style. So go ahead and fold it. And then we're going to fold it again, hamburger style. And put a crease in it. And then one more hamburger fold. Okay. Then we're going to open it up, and when you open it up, you should have 4 sections. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut. We're going to open this up a little bit and just cut the top half, or the top half along the creases, not the bottom, because we want to make 4 flaps. So you cut it like this, and then there's our 4 tab foldable. So on the outside, we're going to entitle this Patterns of Inheritance. And as you might suspect, we are going to study 4 of these. The first pattern of inheritance that we are going to study or make a foldable for is called incomplete dominance. So I'm going to write with my pencil, and you can use a colored pencil if you want. Here on the top we would put incomplete dominance. And this is a vocabulary word. So let's make sure that this is highlighted. Oh, look at that. My pencil needs sharpening. I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully that gave you a chance to get caught up. Incomplete dominance. Somehow you need to make it red, right? It is a vocab word. And in incomplete dominance, one allele is somewhat, partially dominant. Okay, one allele is partially dominant. The second one that we want to list on here is called codominance. Okay, and in codominance, both alleles for a gene are expressed equally. It is important to remember that neither allele is dominant or recessive. So there's no dominance, there's no recessiveness. Okay? The next one, oh, and let's make sure that gets read, codominance. It's a vocab word. Okay? The next one is called multiple alleles. This is where 3 or more possible alleles will determine the trait. And make this red. And then the last one is called polygenic inheritance. Let's make that red. And in polygenic inheritance, more than one gene affects a trait. Okay, so those are our definitions. What we're going to do now is we are going to take our cutouts, and we have, so let's put the foldable to the side for just a second, and let me get my cutouts real quick. Here's one of them, so find this one and put it in front of you, please. And then put this down here, I guess. And then find the one with the chickens on it. That one looks like this. And then find the bunners. That's bunnies, for those of you who don't know what bunner is. Okay, so there's the bunnies. And then find the family that have their back to us. Okay. So what we're going to do is we'll get these ready to put. They're going to be put into our foldables. So, but what I want you to do first is take this one here, color this flower. These are snapdragons. Go ahead and color this one red. Color this one white, even though it already is. Okay. And when in snapdragons, when a red flower is crossed with a white one, you get pink. Ooh, that looks a lot red. No, that's not too bad. My red could have been redder. But let's just go ahead and make these pink. So that represents one form of inheritance that you just watched the video on. Okay, so we have that one. And then the chickens are black and white, so we're just going to make sure that this is really dark black red, this chicken. And this one of the parents is black, one's white, so we'll make this one nice and white. And what happens is that the chicken ends up being black and white, not gray, black and white. So take the black parts and make them really black. And let's take the white parts and make them really white. There we go. Okay. And then with the bunnies, what we're going to do with them is we're going to color them as well, because this is another form of inheritance. And let's make, well, as we can see, this one here is black, so we'll make it nice and black if you have a black colored pencil. This one here is a brownish color, so see if you can't get a brown and make it brown. I know it doesn't look brown, but it is. Of course, this baby up front is white. White, white, white. And this guy, little guy in the back, is gray. So if you got a gray one, see if you can't make him a little gray. So this is what we have in rabbits: gray, brown, black, and white. So what I'd like you to do now is you can trim these pictures up a little bit if you want, so that they fit better in your foldable. But what you're going to do is you're going to go to Chapter 3, Section 3 in your book, and there are 4 paragraphs there which discuss these 4 kinds of inheritance patterns that we just made a foldable over. You'll find in Chapter 3, Section 3, it talks about incomplete dominance, codominance, multiple alleles, and polygenic inheritance. And I'd like you to match up these pictures as to which is which. If you think that the snapdragons here are an example of polygenic inheritance, you would glue it and you would glue it there. If you think that the rabbits are an example of incomplete dominance, you would glue this and glue it right there. And then if you think the chickens were, if the chickens were an example of multiple alleles, then you would put that there. And this family has their back to us, this picture of the family, because what they're trying to show us is all their different heights. And so your job is to figure out which of these four is which of these four, and then glue them in as an example. Okay? That's it on the video. So when you get all that done, you're going to go ahead and you're going to glue these pictures on, and then you're going to glue this foldable into the page in your journal that your teacher tells you. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.